Hello my fellow Americans, welcome to my week in review. Alright, yeah, so this week we had a holiday and a long weekend, so naturally I had to go somewhere and do something productive with the free time. So Mike and I decided to go to the greatest city that I've ever been to in the entire world, Berlin. Wednesday, after class, we headed on over to the Hauptbahnhof, got on a train, 8 hours later, boom, Berlin, baby. Got in around midnight, called up Mike's friend Nico to come meet us at the bus station, and we pretty much stayed up till like 3 or 4 in the morning just hanging out, talking, having a couple of beers. It was pretty cool. The next day, Mike and I kind of walked around the East Side Gallery, Warschauer Straße area. For any of you guys that are watching this that went on the trip last summer to Germany, we were like 2 blocks away from our hostel right there on Warschauer Straße. It was pretty cool. Later that day, we went to Treptower Park and we had a picnic. It was some friend of Nico's birthday, and so we had some food. It was all vegetarian for the most part, and it was actually probably the best and most healthy for sure tasting food that I've had so far on the trip, and it was absolutely delicious. There was also a slackline set up. Sam, I know you'd probably like that if you're watching this. I have no idea, probably not. We also played some ultimate frisbee, and after that kind of died down, we went to the Mitte and met another one of Mike's friends that he used to live with, and just went to a bar, had a couple of beers, and the bar was really kind of cool. It was like in this back alley, and there was like a bunch of like shops, and there was some like weird film being played like in this other building. I don't know, it was really weird, but it was really cool. Had a great time. The weather was great, people were great, and yeah, that was our first day in Berlin. The next day we went to the Jewish Museum, and I saw this last time when I was in Berlin, but Mike hadn't, and I just think it's one thing that if anyone's going to go to Berlin, you got to go to the Jewish Museum. I just think it's absolutely great. But one of the sections, people were walking over these like these faces, these steel faces. I kind of see them as symbolizing all the people that died in the Holocaust and were victims of persecution for their faith, and then people just were walking all over them. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know, it just was kind of weird to me that people would have been doing that. After the Jewish Museum, we went to Bebelplatz, which now is part of a university, but back in 1933, it was a library where there was a Nazi raid on the library and a bunch of books were burned, all by Jewish authors. I really want to show Mike this, and the reason that I really like this place was because of what happened here and the history behind it, and it's really cool. And you can see this placard here describes a little bit about what happened, and there's also a quote, and it reads, and I quote, "Das war ein Vorspiel nur. Dort wo man Bücher verbrennt, verbrennt man am Ende auch Menschen." Translated, that means it was a foreshadow where one burns books, one also in the end burns people. And that quote was by Heinrich Heine in 1820. Take note real quick, that quote was said in 1820. The book burning that took place at that library was over 100 years later in 1933. And also, Heinrich Heine was a Jew. His books were burned in that book burning. And this is why I love Berlin. It's the stuff that happens in that city, the history behind it, the culture behind it, and just everything about it. It's why I have my tattoo. It's why I went back to Germany, is because it's just stuff like this that just it's just so freaking cool. Burning books is not cool, but just I think that the history and everything is cool. Also, right out in front of the library, there was a couple of street performers performing. This 2-man band. Girl was singing, the guy was playing drums and juggling stuff, and really cool. This group of girls came up and actually sang a song with them here, and I'll let you real quick see what they did.
It's our fate, I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see you like me.
And I'm also going to put a link in the description below to their Facebook page if you want to check them out or whatever. Continuing on, we still got a lot to talk about. We also saw some other cool stuff like the Berliner Dome, Berlin Rathaus, and the Berlin Fernsehturm. That night we made Auflauf, which was a tortellini-based casserole. You can see the guys making it there. Had quite a bit of cheese on it. And here's what it looks like when it was all done. It was pretty freaking lekker. Next, they went down to the Brandenburger Tor area where we saw this street artist as well as some street performers breakdancing. And next month in Germany are the elections, so we decided to stumble upon this political rally, and then we went to the Jewish Memorial, and then I saw this awesome Jaguar E-Type, which according to Jeremy Clarkson is the most beautiful car ever made, and it's hard to disagree with him on that one. On the way home, we also stumbled across this political parade through the streets that was opposing the political party that was having a rally right outside the Brandenburger Tor that we saw earlier that day. Later that afternoon, we went to go see Nico's roommate play this dodgeball-inspired game. I couldn't understand the rules after watching quite a bit of it. Maybe you guys can get a better grasp of it. And then at the game, we saw another protest going across the bridge. You can see the police lights over there escorting them across the bridge. Some other stuff that we did, we went over to one of Nico's friends' apartment and just kind of hung out there one night. And then on our way home, we decided to stop by the river and just sit on the banks of the river and have a couple more beers and just hung out and talked until about 4 in the morning and went home. Another night we also went to an anti-racist rally. I guess in the spirit of all the elections, there's a lot of topics being brought forth and being discussed, and so this was another kind of rally to bring forth another issue that was important to a lot of people. It was really cool to see that. And this is just another reason why I like Berlin so much, is that you don't have to go do anything. Stuff comes to you, and there's just always something going on. And I mean, we're living a part of history, I guess you could say, by watching these protests and all these political parties going on before the election. Our last night in Berlin, we just walked up Warschauer Straße and just kind of hung out and just looked around the city and saw the sunset. It was just a really cool ending to a really cool weekend. Sunday we took a train back to Saarbrücken. Monday and Tuesday went to language school, nothing really of note there. Wednesday our teacher was sick, so we kind of had like a project work day where we could work on our project for the Laren Fest, which is coming up later next month. And then after class we went down to the river and we just kind of hung out and had a couple of beers and had a pretzel and some ice cream. We went to a Thai restaurant, and you can see everyone here enjoying themselves. And today on Thursday we had a half day because our teacher was sick again. Myself, Clara, Mike, and Ashley all went to the zoo, and so here is kind of what we saw in a super fast animal Saarbrücken Zoo montage.
Cause the love that you gave that we made wasn't able to make it enough for you to be open wide. No, and every time you speak her name, you know how you told me, hold me until you died, till you died, but you're still alive. Ain't no how to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. I don't know.
So yep, another great week in Germany.
Maximo Park, ja. Kun je helemaal in welke de zaken.
Cause the joke that you laid in the back is me, and I'm not gonna fade as soon as it close your eyes.
Hallo Nico.
Hey, was geht ab?
Nicht so viel.
Die Nose-Kamera?
Ja, meine Nasekamera. Sag Hallo zu meiner Familie zu Hause.
Hallo Mikes Familie. Wie ist es zu Hause Michigan,
Indiana.
Indiana.
What up, Mike? That was awesome. That was Cam.
Yeah.